Usually when I make a video, there's a whole lot of visuals and references to either like studies or other videos where I've already talked about it. But honestly, I'm going to be referencing probably like 20 videos in this, so instead of showing them on the screen, I'm just going to say them if I can recall the title, and you can go and watch them, because they'll be like deep dives where I go down the rabbit hole, but this, I'm just going to reference things. But I mean, a few videos right off the bat that I strongly suggest you watch to get up to speed on what the truth of these things is one, the truth about feminism and male oppression. Another video called the truth about, AI and deep fakes are destroying humanity. Another one to reference is the truth about being delusional, or the truth about brainwashing. Another one is modern male stereotypes are true, here is why. That's 4 for now, but there'll probably be more that I reference throughout the video. And basically, I wanted to just talk and nothing else, because this is something very, very important. Not that my other stuff isn't important or whatever. It's just that this is just very serious and damaging, and it's something that I've just had enough of. It has to end. Men in modern day are dropping like flies, and nobody cares. Oh, the truth about suicide, or helping people through suicide, watch that video. But yeah, no one gives a shit about what men go through in modern day, and it is awful. I cannot take any more of the way that modern women and society, like the mainstream media, Hollywood, treats men, because this whole belief, this trend that we have in modern day that men are disposable, men are something to be laughed at, men are something to help everyone but themselves, that men are just trash. It's become such a trend that it's also a joke. There's the Me Too movement, there's Kill All Men hashtag, there's the current trend that's called the ick trend, which is where women make videos about totally normal things men are doing and call them icks and why they wouldn't date them, for example. It never stops. How much do men have to suffer and die before people fucking care? Again, men make up the majority. We're talking like over 70% in pretty much all of these categories on homelessness, mental health issues, suicide, loneliness, anxiety, depression. All of these categories, men make up the majority on all of them. Yet women are the ones who get helped. When it comes to these issues, like suicide, depression, anxiety, loneliness, whenever it's talked about in an official way, like on the news or in Hollywood or anything on TV or in the school system, they'll talk about it, but only how women are affected. I mentioned this in an old video, and I see stuff like this all the time, but here's the example that I've always latched onto, the one that bothered me the most, was when I saw an ad on a billboard in Toronto that said, 1 in 3 homeless people are women. That's a funny way of saying that 2 out of 3 are men, right? And by the way, it's now 1 in 4, not 1 in 3. It's now 1 in 4. It's just, every time things even are, it's rare that it's even talked about, but when it is talked about, it's feel sorry for women. Men make up the majority of domestic abuse victims, yet whenever domestic abuse is talked about, it's poor women. Men make up the majority on homelessness, but most shelters are for women. Most mental health issues are suffered by men, but women get the help for it. Most substance abuse is on men, but we help women with that issue. Meanwhile, men are pushed down over and over and over again. Society treats men like shit. The school system does nothing but teach students about how awful men are and how we should always honor and respect the woman, because women are beautiful. Fat women are beautiful, right? But fat men are ugly. How about the dating world? If you go and ask any man, would you date an unemployed woman? Most men are going to say, yeah, sure, I don't care. But if you ask a woman, would you date an unemployed man? They're all going to say no, every single one of them. Women have higher requirements and standards than men do, despite the fact that women offer less, on average. Again, what a surprise. Men are dropping out of school. The majority of people dropping out of college and university are men. Why are they dropping out? Because most of the help and assistance is for women. Most of the encouragement is for women. Women have an easier time paying for it. Women have an easier time paying for school and just life in general. Jobs give preferential treatment just for being a woman. Women get preferential treatment for alimony, divorce court, child custody, just for being women. Even if women are proven to be the negative one, the abusers, they're still given preferential treatment just for being a woman. Rape against men wasn't even considered to be a crime until 2013, according to the FBI. And yet, all we see on social media over and over and over and over again is people attacking men, making fun of men. Oh, that guy's under 6 feet tall. Oh, that guy's chubby. Oh, that guy this. He must be lonely. All he wants is sex. Yada, yada, fucking yada. Do we say anything about the fat acceptance movement, which is mostly just women, by the way? Smart people make fun of it. But society-wise, it's accepted and encouraged. But a man must be a chiseled Greek god 6 foot tall with a 10-inch dick. A woman can be like, yeah, I weigh 300 pounds and I have 4 kids, and I deserve a man to treat me like a queen. But yet she won't do fuck all for him, right? If he is even unemployed for a month because he's lost his job and is trying to find a new one, he's just a deadbeat, that's it. I mean, you'd have to be stupid to not be aware that women are loved unconditionally, but men are loved conditionally. A man is only respected and accepted if he offers something. He must help other people while ignoring himself. He must put himself in crippling debt with mental health issues and depression, living in his car. As long as he's helping other people, and as long as he's helping women, no problem. More power to him, right? He must be working 2 full-time jobs to pay for his exes or people in his life, or he's a deadbeat. But a woman just has to exist, even though she has life easier. Women are like dogs, as in their love is unconditional. You don't have to do much for a dog to get them to love you, the same way as a woman. But a man has to run the world to even get the smallest scrap of attention from anybody. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Earlier I was talking about school, I didn't finish that thought. Yeah, those were the issues of why men drop out of school, but yet most, like, tuition help, most school help and assistance is for women. Women now make up the majority on school, like university and college graduates, mean that they also get better jobs. Why do you think that most warehouse jobs are men? Or retail jobs are men? It's because men are dropping out of school, they're being pushed down by society, they have all kinds of issues like depression and stuff, so they go, fuck it, I'll just take any job, where's the nearest retail store or warehouse? But yet, women are being encouraged and brought up and helped and all this stuff. That's why they're the ones getting, like, CEO positions and management positions and working in, like, offices and in, like, medical places, like, just getting bigger and better jobs than men. But, we have to completely dismiss that fact. What should we do to make women look like the victims? Oh, just push the wage gap, which was debunked a billion fucking times. No matter what truths we see in society, the mainstream media, the school system, and people in general are going to keep being brainwashed by the bullshit they hear. And on social media is where it's the worst. You look at those podcasts, for example, and hear all the women who, like, fat, fucking, fugly-ass women who offer nothing. Like, and the people will even say to them, like, so what do you bring to the table? And the women just go, like, yeah, myself, and my giant fucking stomach. Oh, I don't have a job. I don't need a job. The men will pay for me. Okay, so what do you expect the man to do for you? Oh, well, he must make six figures. He must be 150 pounds at the most, unless he's very muscular. He must have a 10-inch dick, abs, chiseled abs like a Greek god. He must support me and all of my children that I have with another man. He must do everything for me, buy me gifts every day. He must work a lot to make a lot of money, but not too much or I'm going to feel neglected and cheat on him. Am I making this shit up? No, I'm not. If you are aware of the modern world even a tiny little bit, you will know that everything I'm saying is a fact. A fact. But the thing is, this is what happens in the modern world. If a man says the kind of things that I'm saying right now, what does society say to him? What will people might even comment on this fucking video? Say that I'm insecure, an incel, just talking about my own experiences? That's part of the fucking problem. Is that you've been so brainwashed by the corruption in modern day that you believe that if somebody tells the truth of what really goes on in this gender war, oh, well, it's your fault because you're a man. If you're lonely, it's your fault. If you can't find a job, it's your fault. If you're depressed, it's your fault. If you committed suicide, it's your fault. If you struggle to date, you're just a bad fucking person. We never blame women for anything or look at reality. Ever. It's always just men are to blame for everything and women do no wrong. This is it's created and constructed and pushed by society. I don't think that this is, well, some people, yes. But for the most part, I actually don't think that this is the regular person's fault. Because people have been brainwashed. There's a lot of very bitter, angry women who believe shit like this. But for the most part, I believe it's just that they're so unaware of how society's been constructed that they now view these opinions as normal and don't realize how damaging they are. They look at a man who's struggling and go, "Whoa, why are you so fucking lazy? Get up and fucking do it, okay? I'm on OnlyFans, I make $100,000 a month, why can't you do it?" And it's like, you don't understand at all how the world fucking works. Women are encouraged and helped with these things. Men are not. Men are told, do everything yourself. Men are told, do not show your tears because you're fucking weak if you do. Man up, just take it and move on. But then women wonder why men are emotionally unavailable. When society has literally told men, be emotionally unavailable because we don't care about your emotions, but then women complain that they're emotionally unavailable. And that logic applies to multiple things that men are told don't do, but then also do it because the women won't like you then. Why the fuck do you think that men have given up on the dating world? Ask yourself this. Why do you think that more... Now, there are two kinds of men who isolate themselves, okay? Just so you know, there are two kinds. One of them is kind of like me. Guys who just struggle through life because things are very hard. It's hard to find proper jobs. It's hard to make friends. It's hard to... I mean, especially depending on where you live. Just that things can be tough for some people, right? Especially today. And what happens is... it's even worse if you're a really nice person. That is where you will struggle more than anything in the world. So because I live in a shithole like Toronto, because I'm very shy, because I'm a really nice person, and I'm not overly attractive, people look at me and go, fuck you, Matt, just for existing, right? So what happens is, I isolate myself, but not on purpose. I don't want to, but I'm just so sick of being treated like shit. I'm so sick of being pushed around and taken advantage of and used and treated like crap, right? So I don't want to isolate myself, but because it's so hard to make friends and because it's so hard to really date a good person because they don't really exist anymore, we just feel like we have to isolate ourselves in order to not get hurt, basically. The other kind of guy who isolates himself is the one who says, I'm so fucking tired of being taken advantage of. I'm done. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm just going to work. And all of those bitches who want my money or whatever, or want kids or whatever, they can go fuck themselves. I am done with this modern day feminist female supremacy bullshit. Fuck you all. I don't want to date ever again. And I'm just going to focus on my career. Now that I think about it, I'm kind of a combination of both actually, but point is, There's a lot of men doing that too, who are isolating on purpose because they're so fucking fed up. But then, what do the women say? Think about it. What do modern women say? They will treat men like trash, gold diggers, taking advantage of men. The men react by going, okay, fuck you all, I'm just going to focus on my career. And then the women say shit like, where did all the good men go? I wonder where. They're either in your friend zone or you scared them away by treating them like fucking dog shit. Another thing women will say is things like, oh, men can't handle women now wanting more out of life, okay? Just because we're not in the 1950s anymore, men can't handle it. Yeah, that's more lies you're being fed by modern society. Men have no fucking issue with women having preferences. You were just told men do because men need to be treated like crap at all times, being fed lies, and then you're being fed lies. That's how the gender war is. We are literally in a gender war. Are you that fucking stupid? We're in a gender war. And society has pinned men and women against each other through feminism and SJW culture. That's how it fucking happened. That is a fact. But regardless, the women will say things like, oh, he just can't handle it. No, he's fine with you having preferences. What he's not fine with is you thinking that you're better than him. You wanting more from him than what you're offering. He is not required to take care of your 4 fucking kids while you sit at home all day, not even working. That is not modern, sure, but it's not a normal fucking relationship. And that's what women today want. To be part of the fat acceptance movement and be feminist and shit with green hair. But yet the man must be fucking perfect. Women want men to be traditional, right? We talked about this. Women want men to be traditional, as in buy her gifts, take her out on dates, pay for everything, support her. But yet, oddly enough, female traditions are considered sexist. Huh. Why are female traditions considered sexist, but male ones aren't? Is it because the female traditions mean you have to do something, and the male traditions mean that you get something? That's obviously the fucking reason. It's all just take, and offer nothing. That's why men have given up on the dating world. That's the same reason why men have given up on marriage. The stats on people getting married are lower than ever before because there's no benefit for men. Marriage is a specifically, exclusively female privileged thing. When a woman is married, she has no risk. Zero risk. If it's divorce, most of the time, she gets the settlement, not him. Most of the time. Because you're a woman. That's the only fucking reason. What do men get? Someone who's most likely gonna fucking cheat and leave him, take the kids and the house and all of his money and fuck off? I mean, the stats on divorce were 50-50 before. I don't know what they are now, but they're probably considerably worse. So men have figured out, well, marriage has no benefit for me as a man, so why would I even fucking do it? But none of this is okay. Everybody needs to start looking at facts. Stop looking at narratives. Stop looking at social media. Stop believing in shit like woke culture, SJW culture, modern feminism. You have to fucking stop. I'm so tired of this. People, I'll scream it from the fucking rooftops. This has to fucking end. I am so sick of seeing trends where people are making jokes and laughing about the fact that men are suffering and dying, are unemployed, homeless. This is not something to fucking laugh about. The women who are laughing about this are the women who are going, oh, I've been oppressed for hundreds of years, now it's time for men to suffer. Fuck you. How out of touch and insecure and hurt and pathetic do you have to be to laugh about men suffering? It's fucking ridiculous. Treat men and women as equals. I don't understand why that is such a hard fucking concept. We deserve to be treated as equals. This is not just to regular people, but to society as a whole. In the school system, stop teaching that women should be like put up on pedestals, but men should be treated like trash. In Hollywood, stop making every male character in a TV show a fucking idiot, but the woman be a fucking princess. In the mainstream media, stop talking about how men are so fucking awful just for existing, but yet women are fat and beautiful. Fucking stop. It just gets worse and worse, and I mean, everything gets worse in society, but specifically this, it's getting worse and worse and worse every fucking year, and men are dropping like flies. And how do they deflect away? Well, if men are killing themselves, it's their fault. They can't handle life. Are you fucking serious? Men are not dropping like flies because they can't handle life. It's because society has abandoned men. Society has fucking abandoned the entire male species. Men can put up with a lot, and we fucking do. But everybody has a limit. Even men, believe it or not. So no, if men kill themselves, it's not our fault. It's society's fault and the people in our lives. It's the fault of society for treating men like shit, telling us that we are disposable day after day after day after day, telling us that our health doesn't matter as long as we're supporting a woman. Happy wife, happy life? Fuck off. It's that mentality and everything that comes along with it that's causing the problem. You know, fuck men, right? It's happy wife, happy life, not happy husband. What the fuck? Who cares? I mean, I could go on for hours, but I think I got the basic point across, which is stop treating men like shit. Stop looking at the mainstream media who's lying to you and saying, men are privileged. If you're a woman, you're not. Go get mad at him. We need more of this gender war. How long, tell me, comment, how long before you fucking wake up and realize the fucking facts? Which is that when you are told, as a man, that you're a piece of shit and that she's amazing because she's a woman, it has nothing, this is not factual at all. What it is that our modern culture wants a gender war. We've been in a gender war for a few years now, but they want it to continue. So how do you make a gender war? It's very basic. You stitch men and women against each other. Tell every man that he's fucking useless, but privileged. Tell every single woman that she's not privileged, but gets everything. This causes a clash between men and women with these opposing viewpoints. The women go, I'm oppressed. I'm oppressed. Men are oppressing me because modern society told me that they were. Even though I can get whatever I want from anybody, the school system supports me, Hollywood supports me, the mainstream media supports me, modern culture supports me, but I must be oppressed because I was told that I am. And then every man is being treated like fucking shit, but being told and brainwashed to believe that they are somehow privileged. I'm sorry, it's a privilege that we're dropping like flies, dying, substance abuse, lonely, isolated, depressed, anxious, suicide, homeless. That's the fucking privilege? But men are being told that they are to convince everybody that, hey man, you're the privileged one. Never mind the fucking facts, okay? You are the privileged one, okay? It doesn't matter what the facts show. Fuck the facts. You're privileged. Therefore, fuck what you need. Fuck your job, fuck your family, fuck your mental health, fuck the fact that you're on cocaine, okay, fuck you. Support the women because they are oppressed, not you, she is. That's what society has been doing to men for the last several fucking years. And it has to stop. Women today hate men. Hate them. It's true. Look at dating sites, look at fucking TikTok and shit. Women hate men. And do you know why? Because they've been convinced that everything I said here is fucking true. They actually believe that they're oppressed and that men are oppressing them. They believe that all men want is sex. They believe that men don't want a committed, real relationship. They believe that men just want a woman to be 90 pounds with full of makeup. Because society told them that that's what men want. So women said, fuck all men, I don't need you, you're all fucking scum. That's why women do things like the ick trend, the kill all men trend, and all the other bullshit you see on TikTok. Women do that because they believe that these things are fucking true. that men are pigs and trash. But if you get off the fucking internet or just talk to a normal... I know it's shocking. In fact, you don't even have to go on the street, for God's sakes. Do it online if you need to. But you know what you should fucking do? Try talking to a man. I know it's crazy, but try talking to one. Instead of attacking him for existing, calling him trash, and assuming that he wants to fuck you, how about you talk to him? Ask him how he is doing. Say, hey, random guy on the internet, I'm just wondering, like, are you okay? Like, how's your mental health? Do you abuse drugs? Are you anxious? Are you depressed? Do you feel suicidal? He might actually fucking open up to you, as long as you don't shame him. That's another thing. Don't shame him. If a man says, actually, I am suicidal, I would love to have a conversation with you if you don't mind. Don't go, you're suicidal, well, you deserve it because you're a man. Stop that fucking bullshit. Actually understand what he's fucking going through. Learn to be a human being again. Care about others. Look at what's going on in their lives and their soul. Fuck what society tells you. Connect with other human beings and be a human being yourself. Am I really asking for too much here? Like, fucking am I? God help me. And this brings up my other point, by the way. The rise of AI lovers. A lot of people, men and women, it's actually kind of equal on both, to be honest. People are turning to AI. Either the robots or even like there's actually like AI app girlfriends on your phone you can and boyfriends that you can download. And they'll like talk to you and everything. And people, this is how dumb people are. Please don't do this. If you've heard about these AI girlfriends and robots and stuff like that, please do not buy one. They're being advertised as, well, human beings fucking suck, so just download an AI partner. It's being advertised that it will actually help your loneliness. No, it fucking won't. Please do not do this. First of all, if you learn to connect with people again, you won't need it. That's the first thing. But the reason why it's equal on both sides, because the men are using it because we make up pretty much all the loneliness in the world, but women are using it because they've been brainwashed to think that men are so shit. That's why women are using it. Women are not lonely. Trust me, women are fine. But they've been convinced that men are shit, and that's why they're turning to AI. Men are turning to it because they actually are lonely. Women are just brainwashed to thinking that they are. Point is, though, this is not going to help your loneliness. If you get an AI girlfriend or boyfriend, all it's going to do is make you content to sit at home alone all day talking to your AI girlfriend. Your ability to communicate with actual human beings, whether if it's on the street or at a store, a restaurant, at your job, you will lose all ability to properly communicate with other human beings if you get an AI partner. It will also mean that you'll never have a physical connection with a human being. I don't think you can have an emotional or mental one with a robot and either, but point is, though, you will only have superficial connections with no physical, emotional, or mental intimacy or connection or touch. This won't help your loneliness at all. If you do it for fun, fine. But do not replace human interaction with this. I know how bad people are today. That's what this whole video is about. But I'm trying to convince you to realize that women, you should not be afraid of men. And men, don't be afraid of women anymore. Otherwise, we're just going to keep dying. That 80% suicide. Do you want it to be 90, 95? I don't want to see the male race wiped out despite the fact that society does. Point is, though, please do not get yourself an AI partner. It's going to be okay. I know it's so fucking hard, but if you take what I'm saying, it can be okay. It can, I promise you. But AI will not help your loneliness. Temporarily, maybe, but not in the long run. You'll never see them in the flesh. You'll never connect properly. You'll never have family or children, or have sex and cuddle. This is going to make people's loneliness worse, not better, because you'll be encouraged to just give up on the outside world. Get comfortable being inside your house at all times. You may think that life is better because the outside world is so fucking terrible. But trust me, in the long run, this is so much fucking worse. Don't do it. Anyway, I can't say anything more than that. All I can say is, society as a whole, please, stop treating men like shit. We are human beings with feelings and emotions just like women. All this kill all men stuff from society, social media, TikTok, the media, Hollywood, the school system, it has to fucking stop. And when men die, it is not funny. It is not a trend. It is not humorous. It is not, oh, well, it's his fault. He just did. Fuck all that shit. That stuff progressing is the fucking core of the problem. And instead of laughing at a man who was driven to drugs, or laughing at a man who was homeless because he's trying to pay alimony to his abusive wife, and now he's homeless because he gave her all of his money, don't laugh at that homeless guy. Understand how he got homeless. I mean, why is that on the street a homeless woman should be cried for, but a homeless man should be laughed at? Ask yourself these fucking questions because they fucking matter. Get your head out of all of your asses. And for the record,